Hi, Paris. Sorry for the yawn. It's 11:32 at night time. Thank you. I want to thank you personally for supporting my ministry. I really needed the money today, and your donation really helped me. And when your donation came in, it was enough money for me to get 10 of my parables that I've preached, 12 videos that I've done, the parables of Jesus. I was able to pay the last $40 to get them typed up. So I really want to thank you for supplying the finances for that. I sense, Paris, that there's been a lot of hurt in your life, and you just seem to be a person who just loves and is kind and compassionate, but you tend to attract people that just come and use and abuse you. And many times you've wondered, how can I change this? I hate being used and abused. Perhaps I just won't help people. Perhaps I'll just stop being nice and stop being so kind. I continue to attract people that just come alongside me and use and abuse me. And I sense that you've been in a quandary like this for a number of years, um, and you're still undecided because it just continues to happen. I sense there's two things happening in your life. I sense you've got a prophetic calling, and you're called to be a prophet. And I sense that people coming alongside you are demonized, and they can sense this prophetic calling. And the type of people that come into your life and affect you and use and abuse you for years, people with a Jezebel spirit or narcissistic personalities where it's all about them. And I sense while ever you're growing into your prophetic gifting, this will cycle and happen. Of course, you've been wondering, what can you do? What can you change? Do you just stop trusting people? Do you stop loving people? And you and I both know that you've got to continue being nice and continue being compassionate, but you can kind of put boundaries on it, like not to go out of your way to help people unless they've helped you too, unless it's flowing both ways and you're being helped back just as much as you're helping. You can perhaps put boundaries on it so you don't get abused. And that's something we all have to learn. But I'm very much like you, Paris, and I've been used and abused so often in my life. And I'm further up the track, and I never changed. I just got more anointed and more powerful, and people don't seem to use and abuse me as much anymore. I was able to recognize wrong spirits and wrong sort of people, controlling sort of people. Um, Jesus really loves your heart. You've just got this precious heart. I sense you've got this really strong prophetic gift, and God's called you to be a prophet. I've actually got 5 or 6 books on the prophetic, and I really encourage you to read them. I'd also encourage you to, as you read them on Kindle, they're 99 cents, to highlight certain parts of the book where you've got a question about what I say. And I'd encourage you to even contact me on Zoom or Facebook phone and us talk for hours and for me to answer your questions about what I've written in the book. And I'd I'd help mentor you for free, as part of my love for you. So all this time, so many times people have used you for your gift and used you for who you are. Now I want you to take up my offer and accept me as like a spiritual father to sow into your life and build you up. And this isn't something you can, I don't know if I've got 200 or 500 or 1,000 prophecies on YouTube. But you could go through, 500 of them and see me offer this about 10 times in 500 prophecies. So it's not something that I feel led by the Holy Spirit to offer very often. And you don't have to take me up on the offer. You don't have to read my 5 prophetic books and make questions and talk to me on the phone. This isn't any sort of me hitting on you or asking you out on a date or anything. It's purely spiritual that I feel like an unction. I feel like a leading of the Holy Spirit. I wouldn't even mention it unless the Holy Spirit led me to, but I feel it's time for you to be protected and loved, and for me to sow the Father's love into your life, because you really are got a beautiful name, Paris, but you really are a beautiful person, and God just loves you so much. You know, I can't even fathom how I know a girl whose name is Paris. Like, that's the city of love. And I know Paris Hilton has had a bit of a checkered party lifestyle, and she's got a rich family, but her life's a bit of a mess. But I really encourage you to be bold and start to stand up to some of the people who use and abuse you. And I feel that you've got some wounds and some hurts and some pain. And I've got a good friend, Orty, who does professional counselling, and I'd even suggest sessions with him to clear up some of this pain and bitterness and unhealed wounds in your life. And but the overall feeling I get from God and Jesus is that they absolutely smitten with you. And my time is really important. Like 10 minutes of my time doing one of these prophecies is really important. I've got a couple of people I admire trying to encourage me to put my rate of prophecy up to $60, and I may do that in a few months, in 5 months, when I get more money, when I update my website. But so 10 minutes of my time is worth 30 Australian dollars. So spending hours with you is worth a lot of money, and it's not the money that really counts. It's my time. I'm just so busy. I spend so much time writing books and writing a book a month, and um, I haven't got a lot of time. And so to offer up time to help mentor you and coach you is like a really big thing for me. I definitely have to be called by the Holy Spirit to offer it. But I sense that Holy Spirit, I sense that you even had a good feeling about requesting a prophecy. I get a sense that in your spirit you sort of knew something good was going to come, and so if this is the case, and if you feel unworthy of my help, and that just because when we're such nice people we feel unworthy of all sorts of things, but I encourage you to read those books and write back to me and say I'll take you up on the offer, and go through the books and highlight them and come up with a whole lot of questions, or I can follow along on the highlighted Kindle book, and we can read the books together and we can discuss them. And I'd really like to personally mentor you until you become a prophet, because I think that you're going to have a powerful influence in the world. So I look forward to your feedback. God bless.